Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Totally Oblivious. I'm your host, Caleb. Alex is effing dead. He has perished. He's gone to the other realm. So Colby has replaced him for the time being until I can find all the Dragon Balls to bring him back.
For the third time. This is last time.
Nuh-uh. The new Earth Dragon Balls let you revive indefinitely. So every time Alex dies, I just have to keep finding the Dragon Balls and bringing them back. I gotta find them before Bulma so she doesn't give herself another BBL.
Is that Super's writing?
No, I think that was Z.
That was Z where they get a wish forever now.
When Dende became the Guardian of Earth, he made the Dragon Balls so you could wish back indefinitely.
That's the very end.
Like the Namekian Dragon Balls.
Makes sense now.
I think that was originally where it was supposed to end there, but then they're like, yeah, we can write more. This stuff makes money.
Well, now it's kind of problems greater than the
Dragon Balls,
so it kind of still
works,
I guess.
Yeah. Pretty much the problem is now if any of the characters effing die, they lost their line of defense. So it's pretty much, it's game over if they die at this point. Anyway, Colby, how have you been?
Oh, busy.
Me too.
Super busy.
It's been a busy effing month. It's been a busy year, and we're not even in March yet. We're almost in March, which is even worse.
It's good for me. I only have 2 weeks in March, and then I'm on break.
That is good. My suffering never concludes.
Nope.
Yeah, that's pretty much just life right now. Just very busy. But I guess, there's not much small talk today because busy. And news has just been awful. And I'm still trying to collect things from the last time we talked about news. So I thought we'd have a fun little topic today. Probably a little shorter of an episode. But I'll base it on this. I recently went to Vegas for a little weekend trip that went awful. But I'll talk about how that went awful on a future episode. This episode, I want to talk about a similar experience me and Colby had in Vegas, which was at the Heart Attack Grill.
Yeah.
So we kind of talked about this already before recording. But I wanted to just share that story because I just think it's funny that place is a place made for sickos. So I don't know if you want to start off with your story and then lead into mine so it's chronological.
I guess I could start from the very beginning, waiting in line and looking at that huge menu, describing their foods and showing pictures. And it's like actual size. You're like, it's not actual size.
It's not actual size.
And then
I guess we can start off kind of telling about what this place kind of is.
It's like a hospital?
It's like it's
clinic?
It's hospital themed
From like the 50s.
Yeah, and basically the idea is it's about I don't know if it's shaming fat people or
it's not
liking
shaming,
fat people because at the very entrance of the restaurant they have a giant scale to weigh customers before they go in, and if you're over 300 pounds 350 pounds that you eat for free and you're being up on a throne in the restaurant, celebrated for being a real American. You've eaten so much fast food that now you've reached the weight that once you go to Heart Attack Grill, you eat for free, baby.
You're at the weight where you might have a heart attack, and that's why it's called Heart Attack Grill. And they make burgers to make you even more heavy, and they celebrate it. It's very weird.
It's a very strange place.
It's very weird, and all the people serving you are nurses, and they're in skimpy nurses' clothes.
All young nurses, all young women.
I'm trying to wrap my head. It's kind of like a horror theme in a way, because like you have this, you put on like a patient's gown.
Mm.
Like you're expected to have all this food like all over you, and you're like this patient, and you're like, oh, sick, and then like the nurse said, "Oh, should we even get to that yet?" Well, I want to talk about the size of the burgers. Like the burger, when I went there, it had been like 2019.
I think it was,
and I had a big appetite back then, but I didn't want something to happen that we'll talk about later. And there was a double patty, and I was like, I was really close to getting the double patty. I was like, man, I love double patties. So, but then there's a single patty, and I played it safe. When it was just like the standard, very bottom of the menu, like the menu with the lowest amount of food. And when they came out, like it was huge. It was like, had to have been like this. It had to have been. I remember just like,
that's about the size of my burger, because I got the single patty too. It's a thick effing patty.
I don't exactly remember what's in it. I just know there's not veggies. It's just like chili, cheese, burger, maybe onions.
Yeah, it's like chili, cheese, patty, thick, onion,
patty.
Tomato, and yeah.
Tomato?
Yep.
Okay. And like I struggled with that single patty, but I ate it all. I remember my cousins were kind of throwing fries on my plate because they didn't want the thing that we haven't said yet. But like I finished all of my food, and I was like hurting with a single patty, fries, and I think a drink or something.
The thing I noticed about that burger,
and I'm a big guy.
Colby can put down food. I can tell you that. But I think the thing about that burger specifically that is so vile that they do to you is not only is it probably the thickest patty you could ever possibly have, but the bun specifically is, I think it's like a potato bun. So it's like extra heavy of a bread that you're putting down. So like, as you're eating it, that bread is constantly weighing you down. So they want you to not finish your food at this place.
And if you don't finish, the reason why we're stressing on finishing our food and food being tossed to other plates is because if you don't finish your food, one of the waitresses dressed as a nurse, it's 50s style. Like they have the little cap, the apron, and they come out with a paddle, and they put, just like the heavy, overweight, obese guy, they put you out in front of everyone to see, and they get a huge paddle and they whack you 3 times.
If you don't finish your food, 3 spanks.
And then it's like a huge window where they have you getting spanked, and everyone outside can see you getting spanked too. So you're getting very shamed for not finishing your food. They really want you to be fat there. It's very weird. It's like, it's called Sin City for a reason. It's a play on the 7 deadly sins.
Pretty much, that's the gluttony right there. That restaurant literally is gluttony.
Even like,
and lust.
And wrath. And
wrath.
It feels like all of them.
Oh,
you're trying to lie. You're like, I ate it all.
I ate all my food.
It's a crazy place, but the food was actually very good.
It was
very good. I don't know if it's because like, I don't know, your stress and your endorphins are going. You're like, oh, don't kill me.
That chili on the burger is, I think, just a very good touch.
I looked at it and I was disgusted. I was like, this is a disgusting burger. But it was actually very good. It tasted very good. The chili's good.
Looks were a book. Don't judge book by cover, I guess. That's the lesson there.
But I guess to go off of more for that place is they have the triple bypass. So a triple bypass surgery is when your heart is so congested, they have to put different tubes into your heart, I believe, if I remember right. They bypass the arteries that are clogged and they put more in to your heart so you have better blood flow to your heart. This thing it's got to be this tall.
From the picture, it looked like probably, yeah.
So it's my single patty burger, pretty much stacked 4 times, and you are expected to eat all that. It's ridiculous. I can't imagine. I've seen videos of them do it though.
They've finished that entire burger.
I've seen it. I don't know how
Joey Chestnut himself.
Not anymore. Isn't that the guy that lost a lot of weight?
No, Joey Chestnut's the professional food eater.
I'm sure he can eat it then if he's professional. But yeah, there's my story about that place. It's weird. It's very weird. Like, but the food was good. It's an experience, I guess I could say. It's an experience that I really don't want to go back to. But like the food was pretty tasty.
Pretty good. And because wasn't it you were telling me that our cousin Aaron, he's like the first victim that he wanted to get spanked at that place.
I'm trying to remember. I think he took our other cousin Eloy. I think everyone ate their food, but I think Aaron did have like a little bite left that he didn't finish. So he got. So this is how I know this. This is how I know what happens. They set him up, and this girl, she had been like a softball player because she just like went into him like hard, and she looked like a softball girl, you know, like she looked like a softball playing girl. And hit him 3 times, and he's like, that didn't hurt. And he's like acting like he's gonna get it again, and she's like, yeah, and he's like, no. No. But the rest of the night, 2 things happen. Maybe 3. One was I was full all day, but I kind of walked it off. We're walking everywhere. 2, our cousin Eloy got this double patty that I almost got, and he was sick. This guy, Eloy is bigger than me.
Eloy is bigger is than one me. Who I think
he can eat a lot.
It is the most known about this. Our family is out of everyone, Eloy can eat the most out of everybody. And
he could not finish his food with the double patty. He got the same thing as me. I think maybe actually onion rings too, because I remember eating his onion rings or something like that with chili. I think he got a little bit more. It's either the chili or onion rings, but I was helping him eat it.
I think the serving sizes at that place aren't like how the serving sizes are at any other burger place where it's like
over the top.
Slightly more. Like you order a size up and it's like exponentially more than what you actually just ordered.
It concerns me how they make a profit there.
They're giving you a lot of food.
It's cheap ingredients.
They have the person that eats the most for free.
It's true.
It's a little...
Well, I think the issue is the amount of people who do reach that weight limit and get to that place are probably very slim ironically, because for one, they probably have trouble flying, so they'd have to drive there, or they'd have to already be living in Vegas to have that. So they probably don't have to feed too many people for free. Unless they went with my strategy that I told Isaac to do. I was like, have you ever seen those fishing videos where they cheat the fishing competition? They stuff weights in the fish. I was like, we should just do that and just do that magic trick where you're like swallowing things and just swallow a bunch of weights until you reach the 300-pound limit.
You're little and you're like 300 pounds. Like, what the...
Like, yep, I guess I eat for free. And I'm like, I did like step once and just my entire intestines just get ripped by the 300 pounds of weight that I put in there.
It's like, someone's been naughty. They drag you.
They just start beating my core.
They're just like grabbing it.
Anyway, the third thing was Aaron couldn't sit for the rest of the trip.
That's funny. They must have spanked him pretty hard.
It was hard. It was heard through. I don't know how hard they were hitting for you, but you could hear, like, it sounded like they're teeing off on a softball. Yeah, I kid you not.
It was that. It was literally that. So, I had heard this story echo through the years of such a horrible, terrible place that exists that you get spanked for not finishing.
Isaac too, because Isaac didn't go with us.
Isaac also heard the rumors of this place, and
Two newbies.
And I, being one who is known for not being able to finish food because I don't, for some reason, I have like a debuff in restaurants that I can't eat much when I'm eating at a restaurant. So I getting prepared for this trip that we had only planned a week in advance, said to myself and said to my coworkers who were like, you know, there's this fun little place called the Heart Attack Grill where you get to be around hot nurses and they're mean to you. Isn't that funny? And I was like, oh, I know that effing place and I don't want to effing go there. I was like, Dr. Grant on Jurassic Park 3, there is no force on heaven or earth that could ever get me to go to that island.
Apparently there was.
Apparently there was, because Isaac, the very first thing he said that he wanted to do once we were on the effing plane to Vegas, he's like, so, because for one, I'll allude to some of the problems that we had on this trip, is that it was supposed to be a 2-day trip, got turned into a 1-day trip due to effing bullcrap that happened. But anyway, so Isaac was like, we have to stuff everything into 1 day. And by stuff everything into 1 day, I mean, we got to stuff ourselves full at the Heart Attack Grill. That's the one place that I truly for sure want to go to. And I was like, Isaac, that's like the one place I truly for sure didn't want to go to. But he was persistent. And lo and behold, at 4 o'clock on that Saturday, I found myself at the entrance of the Heart Attack Grill, staring down the weight thing that sits outside. And I already knew this was going to be a bad time. I saw everybody else weighing themselves in front of the restaurant. And then I proceeded to go, all right, I guess it's my turn to weigh myself. I stand on the scale and I look up and I see the lightest weight that has been weighed on that scale for the entire time people were weighing, of a 132 on that scale.
That was me in middle school.
Yep. I mean, I put on a lot since I've been working out. But I was, the whole time, all I could think is you can still see my ribs. My ribs are still noticeable. So I'm like, man, I'm going in I'm going in as the underdog here. I'm not looking great right now. And so we get in the restaurant. They put the gowns on us and we are marched to our table. And to my knowledge, I wasn't aware that the nurses could be mean to you at this place. And the only thing on my mind as I entered the area was, man, I'm going to be as effing nice to these people as possible so they don't have any effing reason to spank me whatsoever. So our waitress sat us down and she came over to our table and was like explaining the rules of the place to us. And I'm like, could I perchance maybe please go to the bathroom real quick so I can wash my hands and use the bathroom before I have to strategize this? And she's like, oh yeah, the bathroom's just over there. I don't know if she could see the fear in my eyes of not wanting to get spanked. But I definitely was being as nice as possible to avoid any reason that I could give to spank me. So she explains the rules, explains you have to eat your burger. You can order the sides. I don't know if they told you this, but the sides apparently don't get you spanked if you don't finish that. It's only if you order a burger or a shake that if you don't finish that.
I think they did say that. Contrary to what Caleb's saying, our waitress was very nice.
Yeah, mine was
and
too.
And she asked us if we really, she's like, you don't have to get spanked. Like she would say that a lot. But she would be excited. She's like, you want to spank? We're like, no, thank you. But Erin got the beating and she was like, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
She's very nice. Okay.
My waitress, in reference to an episode of Psych. She had a touch of sweevil. She's a little sweet and evil, but we'll get into that. So I already knew going into this that my strategy was all I was going to do was order a single patty burger as my brother before me and a Dr. Peppy.
Dr. Peppy.
She told us, she's like, the entire purpose of this restaurant is about being fat. So if you could order a water, but it costs the same amount as a soda, so you might as well just get the soda. And I was like, well, me knowing my food eating, already know that ordering a soda and drinking soda with food actually makes you eat more. So I'm going to go with the soda. So I got me Dr. Peppy, and Isaac, the fool, ordered, I think he ordered the smallest size shake. And
if you want to cut this out, but every time you have say Isaac's name, you should like do like a pulse, like of like a gesture.
Isaac
the fool.
Isaac the fool.
That's what came to my head, right? You said that.
So he orders the shake, and we're just waiting around, waiting for our food, and there's these guys who are sitting next to us, who I think they were like in their like mid to late 20s, and you could tell they're a couple of sickos. I think that's a idea that should be known about this place. Is you look at the people who come in and you can tell they're sickos.
He's not lying. They go there and like you can tell they want something more. You know what I mean? Like they have this energy about them.
They're not in it for the food. They're in it for the women.
It reminds me of someone going into like the dark web, kind of. You know what I mean? Like they're happy to have
like,
this.
I sure hope I don't see anything. I sure hope nothing nasty happens to me.
Is that not what the energy is?
Pretty much, because I think that from what I was seeing, these guys ordered quite a bit of food. I think they ordered double patty burgers and chili cheese fries.
And a shake.
I think they did also have shakes. I can't remember though.
Like, oh boy!
But these guys, you could see I saw like I could look directly at the face of one of the guys, and the whole time he just had this like little smirk on his face with his little beady eyes.
Beady eyes. That's something you can't trust.
He had little beady eyes, and I was like, oh, I
can't trust beady eyes.
I was like, oh, I know this guy's a sick F. Oh. But so as we're waiting for our food, these guys, I don't even think they were done eating. I think they just gave up. And so the girl was like, all right, you ready to get spanked? And they're like, oh boy. And so they get up. And from where me and Isaac were sitting, you can't see the beating happening. It was like, because I was facing away from it. And Isaac was looking basically directly at the post where they have their beating station on the other side. And so all I could hear, I see that guy with the beady eyes go back, and his friend starts recording, and all I hear is whoosh, whoosh, whoosh from behind me, and it's like on the cartoons. Every time I heard it, I was like,
yeah, that's the funny part of eating. There is people are getting whacked while you're eating, and you're like getting full, and you're seeing your food. You're like, oh, like that is the energy. Like it. What like a game? What game would it be? Like kind of like Duck Duck Goose, I guess, where you're like, like, I hope that's not me. I don't want it to be me. But there's this particular game where like people are getting killed in the back, and you're like, oh.
It's like that try not to laugh video that we watched a couple months ago, where the guy's the watermelon head, and the watermelon gets like crushed, and his face has basically be. And like every time I'd hear the thwack on these guys on the other side, coming from behind me, I just be like, I just sink a little bit.
I guess Friday the 13th in a way. That
kind of,
game
yeah.
Where you're like just kind of dinking, and then you hear someone die, and you're like,
So then both these guys take their turns getting spanked, and then they sit down and then proceed to continue eating. So I'm like, so you guys could have ate more. You just chose not to. You just gave up and decided to get spanked. And still, while we're waiting for our food, it might sound like our food took a while to get there. It really didn't. It came pretty fast. But a little family comes in, and it's a dad, a mom, and I'd have to say she's at least like a 13-year-old girl. Looks like she just got out of like some sort of dance performance or some kind of like gymnastics thing. She kind of had like that outfit on. And so that family gets sat down, and before even ordering their food, the dad asks the nurse to go up and get spanked immediately. He just like the look on the daughter's face. She's like scared, but she's like kind of like laughing, but like a concerned laugh. And so her dad goes up and it proceeds to get spanked, and I make direct eye contact with the wife, almost like trying to psychically beam into her head, like, what the F is this guy doing? He hasn't even eaten anything yet, and he's deciding, all right, time to get spanked. All right, daughter, watch this.
What is it you saw in the wife's eyes? Was it emptiness, or was it just like
it was just
static?
It was just like this was like she was like annoyed, but like in her eyes you could tell this was like an average like Saturday for her, that this guy just for some reason decided that before even eating that he was gonna get spanked
The
3
smiley
times.
face guy with the half shadow that CJ always sends us. That's like, look.
There's no reason for him to do that, and that's why I looked directly at the wife's reaction, because she also knew there was no reason for this, and she could see in my eyes that I was like, does he want this? Is this what he wanted? And then the craziest part is, after he gets his 3 spanks, I don't even remember these people eating food. They just were gone after that. He got spanked and they effing left.
Well,
So I was like, man, now that there's a real sicko. And so in that time,
his daughter, the great ways of
living. You go in, get effing abused for some reason, probably some sick kick that he had, and then effing leave.
For everyone to point and laugh, and so you get attention.
There you go. What a great lesson from the
model.
father. So in that time, me and Isaac get our food, and much like Colby, I looked at this burger and I went, "Oh, this is a little bigger than I thought it was gonna be."
Because you're used to seeing because it's that wall, right? That you have a line going to the restaurant, and then along the wall, it's like a bit like the poster, like for Caleb's totally Oblivious poster. I'd say it's about that big, right? It gives you the whole menu, and it's like actual size. It gives you a picture of the burger. It's like that.
Well,
it's like actual size. It's
I don't
like
think we weren't sat in a spot where you could see that big menu. They gave us little menus.
Oh, okay. So you didn't. Or maybe they moved it.
Or
Because
maybe
is
I
the
didn't
line
look.
walking to, like, to get an.
No, you're right.
sat down.
You're right. They did have those menus. I just didn't spend too much time looking at it.
They show you a picture of everything they serve. And it's like actual size, and they have the onion rings and everything. It's
I was too focused on the fact that I was the lightest person walking into that restaurant at that point in time. I didn't look at anything else.
I see.
But I'm trying to describe the size of the shake that Isaac had received.
He told us, and he said it's like a gallon. Kind of. Would you say it's about this size?
It was probably about this size. That's why I kept looking over there. Is I'd say it's about the size of this jar.
Okay.
Maybe a little
That's still
smaller,
a lot.
but still about this. about this volume of shake, and it was filled to probably like here.
Isn't it like the same thing too? Like the notches, isn't it like a blood kind of?
I think so. Because they do have like, you can get like
Everything hospital
it's very
themed.
hospital themed. You can get shots that are actual like syringes.
That's right, you can. I forgot about that.
And so Isaac got his shake that was about this much milkshake inside of it. And he got the single patty as well. I think he got everything on it plus bacon. And so this guy, we start eating, and I think myself and Isaac, the fool, we both knew going in what the consequences of not eating our food was going to be. That nurse that served us, our server girl, she was very adamant about the spanking part, and I was like, yes, I am aware, and I am not going to allow that to happen. And so, and after she served our food, you could tell she like a demon. She had implanted in her brain, looking at me, the skinniest guy in the restaurant, and she's like, pray. And then meanwhile, Isaac was he finished his burger pretty fast. And then I don't even think he got like...
Did he get single, right?
He got a single. I don't think that guy got even halfway through his shake before he called it quits. And he's like, I probably could have finished this, but if I did, I'd be like Eloy and I'd be sick the rest of the day, so I'm not going to finish it. And I looked that man in the eyes and I was like, I know why you're not finishing it, and you're a sicko. You're a sicko just like the rest of these guys who we just saw in here, a real sicko. And the nurse, this girl was like an effing hawk. She was circling that restaurant, and every time she'd pass our table, she'd just she didn't even try to hide her smile. She'd have the sickest little sneer on her face every time she'd walk past me and see I hadn't finished my burger yet. And she's like, looks like you're getting full there, pal. Looks like you're getting full. I'm guessing you're not going to finish your food. And I was like, you wrong. I'm going to do it. And at one
got second wind.
At one point, she passed by and Isaac hadn't made any more progress on his shake. And she's like, I'm guessing you're not going to finish it. And Isaac was like, I'm not going to finish my food. And she's like, oh, it looks like we know what's going to happen to you. And then she looks at me and is like, come on, man. It looks like he's going to get spanked. I think you might as well just call it quits and get spanked too. And I was like, you're wrong, because I'm not an effing sicko like this guy. I told her this. I told her I'm not an effing sicko. And so she walks off laughing. At least I could make my predator laugh as she walked away. I felt like a field mouse in the middle of an open field chewing on my food while the hawk circled over my head looking for the right time to strike. But I, being a determined kangaroo mouse, knew I could fight. So I continued to eat my burger as slow as I possibly could. And the whole time this is happening, I'm eating my food, and Colby knows it, the whole family knows it. It's like with Eloy. They know he can put down a lot of food. Everybody knows I eat my food very slow. And the whole time this girl, she keeps coming around, and she's just giving me all this negativity. She's like, the slower you eat, the fuller you get. I just don't think you're gonna finish this. And I'm like, man, more people are usually more encouraging of me when it comes to this kind of stuff. You're doing the exact opposite. And this girl proceeds to tell me, she's like, oh, I just really love my job. I love spanking people. I'm like, I know, I can tell you do. You are very intent on spanking me right now. And so this goes on and on and on. And I'm proceeding to block the F in at this point. This is no longer about getting spanked. This is about my pride as a human, because she doubted me. So now I'm finishing that burger because I have to prove her wrong. And so, even funnier enough, the restaurant, what normally I think would be the reason that people aren't able to finish their food, they actually emboldened me to be able to finish my food, because they turned the AC on right above me and Isaac, and cold makes my metabolism go up tenfold of what it already is. And I already have an extremely fast metabolism. So that food started digesting even faster, allowing me to eat even more. Plus, they had TVs around all over the place, giving me plenty of entertainment. And scientifically, having TV on allows you to eat more food. And also, I don't know if you remember watching anything on the TVs, but it's kind of entertaining.
Was it like, it's like a weird cartoon?
It's like spoofs of like different like movies, but like the main characters are all replaced with like the nurses that work there. So I was just engrossed in watching a clip that they made, whereas one of the nurses, I think she kind of looked like our server, but one of the nurses,
I think they changed out the staff for the videos.
But it was funny because she was like dressed as Rambo, and all like the Rambo enemies were Ronald McDonald. So she was just killing a bunch of Ronald McDonalds on TV, and I was like, man, this is actually kind of entertaining.
We were sat in the like absolute middle of the place, so
that's where they have like the group tables and stuff. So you guys got a full display of the people getting spanked.
We saw everything, yeah.
Man, yeah, me and Isaac could only hear the suffering. we didn't know what was truly happening back there. But yeah, this server girl, real sick F, and every time she'd pass, she'd just get side eye me, looking at me, because she wanted to get me. I don't know what it was. She wanted to get me, and I wasn't getting got. And by the time I had like a little bit of burger left, and she's like, "You ready to call it quits?" And I had the food in my mouth, and I just gave this, and I was like, 2 bites. And I proceeded to finish that burger within 2 bites. And she came around and was like, "Wow, you actually did it. Are you sure you still don't want to get spanked just for fun?" And I was like, "Effing no, I don't, actually." And then she proceeded to take Isaac, the fool, through the galley in chains over to the spanking station. And Isaac was like, "Here's my phone, record this for me." And so I'm standing there where I saw that one of the sickos' friends standing. I was like, this is probably this good spot to record. I'm sure this guy's a regular and knows the good spot to get to watch people suffer. So I stand there recording, and Isaac's like, ready to get spanked. And this girl, prior to spanking us, she brings out the paddle that she's gonna spank Isaac with, and she's like, it's like this leather effing paddle, like it's made completely out of leather. And I asked this girl, I think this is where the shift began in this girl's mind, is I asked this girl, I'm like, "Is this for like cattle or something?" And she looks at me and she's like, "No, I bought this off of like one of those bad websites." And I go, "Oh, that didn't even occur in my brain that you would buy something like that off of an adult website." I legitimately was like, man, this girl must be like from like she must have a life from like a farm or something, that she went to like the local ranch and home and got one of these cattle slappers, that the cattle whips to get those cows moving. Yeah, go on, cattle. No, she was a sick F. She's a sicko who bought it off of a sex website. And this girl's like, "I love my job so much that I won't use the work provided paddles that they give me. No, that's not good enough for me. I have to get my own custom spanker made out of leather online. And so she proceeded to take this, and all I can say is, without showing the video of Isaac getting absolutely smacked, is you could tell that girl had practice, and she spanked that man so hard you could see the recoil in his body, and he got spanked his 3 times as punishment for not finishing his food. And afterwards, the fool, that didn't hurt so bad. That wasn't so bad. And then the girl looks at me one last time, and she's like, all right, just one spank. And I was like, nope. And I proceeded to jet out of there. And
What's that sound effect?
the Paper Mario Escape from Battle.
Lost coins.
So I lost my money, and I proceeded to escape the wrath of that evil that sweevil girl, and made it to the street to watch a magic performance. Where then, after standing there for about 10 minutes, Isaac proceeds to look at me and say, "Man, my butt's starting to really hurt." I'm like, yeah, I can't imagine why. I can't imagine why that effing hurt. It's not like, we could hear it echo from the entire restaurant the entire time that we were seeing people that people were getting spanked while we were there. And then I proceeded to see your entire body recoil from the hit that she gave you. But no, he had to get spanked. He wanted to get spanked.
That's similar with Aaron. Like, I think that's when he was like, again, and then she's like, okay. He's like, no. But like, I think initially it doesn't hurt, but like, you can't sit for the rest of the trip, or I don't know when he recovered, but it took him a while, I'm sure. And he showed me it was purple. Like, he was purple.
Oh. So what kind of paddle did
I
they
think
use?
it was a wooden, like
they had a wooden one?
If I remember, I don't really remember, but I thought it was like Shaun of the Dead kind of looking.
The cricket bat?
The cricket bat. I think it was like a cricket bat or something.
Because I think that's what they're supposed to have. But our nurse decided that wasn't good enough for her and had to get a leather one.
I think she has that for her personal needs too.
I told you, she's sweevil. That's a sweevil girl right there.
Or just work. So I want to tell you a story opposite of what you experienced. It's my time in Hawaii. There you go. There's the place. It's called Hayawa Joe's Seafood Grill in Hawaii. Let me tell you guys, you walk in. First of all, it's Hawaii. Temperature's perfect.
Caleb and Post start playing effing Alola music.
You go in there. It's a nice dim tiki torches light the place, and they're like, "Aloha, my friend in Hawaii."
I don't know.
I don't remember how I say it. Got a table. While you're waiting for the table, there's a secondary path to go down, and they have a park. You can walk through the park while you're waiting, and there's like a dock, there's water, there's a bunch of tropical trees. Maybe I'll send you pics of it, video. Super pleasant. Started rain. You know how much I love the rain. It was so nice, just rain falling off the plants, and you walk around. There's even a place you can get married there.
Wow.
You can get married behind this restaurant. And then you go around, you take your lap, and then they have a little, I think they text you. They're like, oh yeah. So by the time we made our lap, they message us, we're ready. We're like, perfect timing. We go up to our place. Jillian wanted the dock where you can oversee where we just walked. So we're sitting there. We have this beautiful view. Looks amazing. There's a mountain and clouds or overcast of it. Tikis, rain falling. and we have this delicious food. It wasn't even that expensive, I don't think. I can't remember. But that is exactly contrary to Vegas. Another place called the Monkey Pod. Apparently, there's monkey pods here in the mainland. They sit you down. It's like the same thing outside. You get to see it doesn't have a good view, but like you'll be under a tent. If it's raining, you get to see the rain. They have a person playing Hawaiian music live for you.
Wow.
And it's just so peaceful that the food there was better than Joe's. So much. It was amazing food. But that is where people should be going. Not the heart attack.
The heart attack grill where the setting is effing an Evil Within effing
It
area.
is. Or a Dead by Daylight kind of map trying to survive.
Where the nurses are basically exactly like, you look like you could use a hug. I'm sure someone could provide that for you. Actually, they're more than the nurses on effing Silent Hill. They're ready to effing kill you.
But yes, that is the people. I guess there's actually you could look at some people and you're like, you're not a good person.
Oh.
But it's so peaceful there. It's like, very opposite spectrum of the heart attack grill. It was nice. I want to go there again. Not the heart attack grill.
Not the heart attack grill. One place I did go to, another burger place, In-N-Out, actually pretty good.
Almost went there.
I understand it now.
And I was like, no, there's no way it's as good as they say.
It's pretty good. It is pretty good. I think it might be as good as they say. Fries,
Really?
Fries might be a little bit on the meh side, but their burgers, pretty good. Pretty good.
Interessante.
But yeah, that's probably, is that the worst eating experience I've had? It's the most antagonizing one for sure. I've never been antagonized so much while I'm eating.
Same city. There's a place where they just insult you the whole time.
Oh, so that's the one that my coworker got the two combined then.
They went to both.
They're a little confused.
Oh. Yeah, there's one where it's guys and they're just insulting you the whole time.
You effer.
I was like, I don't want to go there.
Why would I want to do that?
The best place I ate in Vegas was the Golden Nugget, and it was clam chowder at the Golden Nugget. It was amazing. It was so good. And we went there like 3 times and got the clam chowder every time.
Man.
I don't know if that's saying much about the places there or if that clam chowder was that good.
I will tell you this. After just one day of being in Vegas, I looked at Isaac and I was like, I think if we had our first day still, I think I'd be good. I don't think there's too much more that I'd enjoy doing here outside of a 2-day vacation.
Yeah, Vegas isn't really my... I would want, like... There's a lot to do there. Like, you go to, like, a magic show, the Dome, football game, too.
Yeah, you can watch a terrible team get squashed.
But, yeah, it's not really my sort of place. It's fun. But like Caleb said, like, it's limited. Like, I feel like I'd get bored pretty quick. Like, you do all the fun stuff, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to go.
Plus, the lack of public transportation there makes it hard to get to all the interesting things at once.
Uber. I think that's how we got around.
Yep.
It's just Uber.
Yep, that is literally all you can do is Uber, and that costs so much money. Just one day of Ubering was like, I think it was like almost $100.
Holy cow.
Because you just have to you have to just keep calling them. We walked a lot of places. Maybe it wasn't 100 because we did walk a lot.
Oh, yeah, I remember there's a swimming area at the Golden Nugget. Me and Aaron were swimming. It was nice. I really liked it. I forgot about that part.
I should have stayed at the Golden Nugget.
It was nice. Like, not just... I think they had fish swimming there, too. Like, it was very nice.
Dang.
If I remember right. I'm trying to remember.
Apparently there's like a flamingo park there too as well.
What?
They have a like flamingo reservation or something. That's
I
just a
wouldn't be
bunch of
surprised.
flamingos.
Even though I was surprised.
That would be pretty cool to see. But like that's what sucked is most of the things that I'd like to see are not the things that Isaac the Fool would like to see.
Yeah, I agree. It's fun to be there for like 2 days, and then you're just like you gotta hightail it out.
Yeah. Or else you'll start losing a lot of money.
And your sanity.
Insanity. Yeah. What a interesting place. The literal actual sin. You can see every sin if you go to that city. Oh, that was the funny part. Because the reason we went to Vegas was to see our cousin's kid's soccer game. He's in like a middle school rec league, and they got the chance to go to Vegas to compete at the regional level. So we went to watch his soccer game. And when we were hanging out with our cousin Chris for a bit in between games, we were driving around and we saw these two LDS missionaries. And I was like, man, these guys right here, whoever sent them here sent them in on veteran difficulty. I don't know how much their success rate is in this town, in this city, but I can't imagine it's very high.
Akuma mode.
They're on Akuma mode. Dante must die. That is literally. I can't imagine how many people they've converted. It is probably slim to none.
Yeah.
Because everywhere you look, there is advertisements for prostitution. Every block we saw these little tickets sticking out of like the lamp posts,
And people
it's like,
passing out cards.
and
for it,
people
too.
passing out cards. But that wasn't abnormal for what I experienced in Japan. They have those same people everywhere. What was abnormal though was walking through. I don't know if you guys. No, you had to if you stayed at the Golden Nugget. That big dome area that they have lights on.
Fremont.
Yeah, Fremont. That for one, I can imagine people who are there probably never effing sleep because you can't tell what time of day it is with that.
Very true. Yeah.
Like those lights are so bright, you'd never know if it was effing day or night. So you could stay up feasibly all night at that place.
I think that's the goal of why there's so much lights everywhere and it's so open and lights everywhere there. Is people don't I remember I think it was like some lady was like, I've been up all night. It's like,
All right, why? But
they're like all proud of themselves too.
But
Just like the hardtack grill. Everyone there is so proud.
they're
of
so
themselves.
proud of what they're doing. You walk down the street, you got people drinking, like alcohol's everywhere. They're smoking.
Prostituting.
You got Chippendales and
I'm sure there's
effing
murderers walking
There's
around
literally
you.
while we're walking through Fremont, there's Chippendales and like almost completely topless girls like competing for competition. They wanted clients and they're facing off each other, and I was just like, well, I guess you guys do you. People angry, probably. Every sin that you can think of, right there, Sin City, and I survived.
I survived.
Except for greed, I fell for greed. They took my money at the casino.
Well, some people get trapped there because they have no money to get a plane ticket.
All in my entire bank account.
Oh man, I guess I gotta stay here.
That's what I was also saying to Isaac. I was like, watch it be like Mario RPG, where you spend all your money at the hotel that you just have to start working there to pay off your debt.
I think that's how it goes. I honestly think that's how it goes.
Crazy. Indentured servitude.
Slavery.
Well, that's pretty much all I really had. I just thought the Heart Attack Grill was just it's a funny story, but the food's good, but I can't imagine going there again, really, unless the sickos want to go there again.
Same, I agree. Like, I'd maybe want to remember the taste of that burger because it was pretty good.
It's a good burger.
But like, I don't see myself going back there.
Like
I could go back to Monkey Pod.
And it's like it's not even like the service is bad either. They're nice, but evil. And there's plenty of other restaurants there that I'd like to try out. So, anyway, yeah, I think that's about it for this week. Unless Colby has anything he'd like to add on.
Not for this theme. I love food. I love trying new places. I really want to go up to like the Eastern kind of place areas, and try the pizza again. Because I've been watching that guy from Barstool. Oh, he's rating the pizzas. He's like, delicious. There's your pizza. There's pizza right down in whatever place. Go, blah, 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 blah. His little attitude. Yeah, I've been wanting to try pizza over there. Because I had a bad experience with New York pizza. Straight in the heart of Manhattan, New York pizza. Did not think, I was like, where's my Tony's pizza?
Where's my Tony's?
I like Tony's pizza better than this. And my brother was super offended by that. But I did not.
Cliff did not like that.
I'm an honest person. The stupid New Yorkers are always so big about, oh, our city's the best. Oh,
my
pizza's the best. The hot dogs here are the best. I tried the hot dogs, weren't even great. They weren't great. They're expensive, like $7 for a hot dog that wasn't even great. This like none of the food was good. That's why I went to Subway, wasn't good. Okay, yeah, Subway. McDonald's outskirts of is like by the Bronx, I think. I think it's by the Bronx. Terrible. The worst food I ever had was McDonald's by the Bronx. Awful food. Where else?
They might as well just given you a calorie pack.
An astronaut little tube, squeeze tube. Got all my nutrients. Cliff also went to like this bakery. It's pretty good. It's all right, but it's like wasn't amazing. And then the pizza. The pizza was so disappointing. That's the thing. I was starving. I was so hungry. I was like, I'll eat anything. I ate the pizza. I don't want it. I don't want Tony's anymore. I don't want this. Food, atmosphere. I was crawling away. But yeah, that's a hot take for people who love New York. I don't know if it's just the craze, the New York craze. People are like, oh, New York. Because I liked going. My favorite place was probably Times Square. And then the Manhattan Park was that
the
Central Park.
Central Park.
Those are my two favorite places. It's amazing going through there. I could see why, if you lived in New York, why you think it's the greatest thing ever.
Man, compared to everything else, this stuff's good.
New York was I would like to go to New York again, but I don't see it as the greatest place ever. I don't. It's a great place, though. It's better than this place. I'll give it that.
It's better than Bose's Lake.
I'll give it that. But I've been to other places that I feel like are better than New York.
Yeah,
but I want to give it another try. I don't know if
I'm slowly gonna be stamping each state off my list. So now I've almost covered. I've covered most of the West Coast at this point. I've been to every single coastal state except for California and
really,
Hawaii.
You haven't been to California?
I've been Alaska, Oregon, Washington. I think maybe Idaho, and now Nevada. I won't count Utah because that was just a layover. But we're marking them down, baby. We're gonna go to all of them.
Utah is pretty much an extension of Nevada. It's like the same, honestly, the same state, which is weird because you got Salt Lake City and then you got
effing Las Vegas. We got a religious city, and then we got the effing exact opposite of that. But yeah. Anyway, I guess that'll do it for this week's episode. We will have more fun experiences to share, hopefully, in the future. And hopefully things don't get effing worse than they already have. But I have feelings that that might not be the case. But anyway, that'll do it. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.